It was just after 10 a.m. on a sunny Tuesday in Houston, Texas, when Marcus Bell stepped out of his sleek black truck. He was dressed sharp, clean sneakers, fitted jeans, and a plain white tee. Nothing flashy, just a man on a mission. Today, Marcus was finally going to buy the car he'd worked years to afford, a cherry red luxury coupe he'd seen online. The dealership was quiet, the kind of place with spotless glass walls, shiny tile floors, and salesmen who wore too much cologne. As Marcus walked in, all eyes turned to him. Not in a good way. The lady behind the front desk gave him a look like he'd walked into the wrong building. "Can I help you?" she asked, voice stiff. Marcus smiled. "Yeah, I'm here to check out the red Eurostar V8 you've got parked out front. Cash offer." She blinked. Cash. Before she could say more, a tall, pale man in a tight suit stepped forward. His name was Rick, sales manager and self-proclaimed car whisperer. But the way he looked at Marcus said everything. He didn't believe a word. Rick forced a smile. "Sir, those cars are high-end. Maybe you'd be more comfortable looking at something in the pre-owned section." Marcus raised a brow. "I know what I want. I've done my homework. The V8. Red. Let's go." Rick hesitated. He whispered something to the receptionist, who rolled her eyes. Then, like clockwork, he stepped outside and pulled out his phone. What Marcus didn't know, Rick had just called the cops. Inside, Marcus sat at the desk, waiting, calm. He knew the game, and he played it before. But he had something they didn't expect: proof, power, and patience. And outside, sirens were already on the way. 10 minutes passed. Marcus waited quietly as Rick returned, pretending to be helpful now. "All right, let's take a look," Rick said, leading him toward the car, but Marcus could see it. The stiffness, the tension. Rick was stalling. Then they heard it. The police cruiser pulled in fast, lights flashing, but no sirens. 2 officers got out, hands near their belts. Rick waved them over like he was greeting old friends. "There he is," Rick said, pointing at Marcus. "He's acting suspicious. Claims he's buying one of our vehicles." Marcus folded his arms, still leaning on the car he came to buy. One officer stepped forward. "Sir, we got a call about a possible theft attempt." Marcus cut him off with a calm voice. "You mean buying a car with my own money is now a crime?" The officer blinked. "Sir, can we see some ID?" Marcus pulled out more than just ID. He handed over his military credentials, clearly marked Lieutenant Colonel Marcus Bell. Then he added his checkbook, already made out to the dealership for the full amount. No loan. No nonsense. That's when Rick's face dropped. The second officer leaned in. "Wait, you're military?" "I'm still active. Special procurement unit. I run logistics for combat vehicles. Thought I'd treat myself to something fun off-duty." The room fell silent. The cops suddenly looked awkward. One of them turned to Rick. "You didn't mention he showed no threat or broke any laws." I just thought." Marcus looked Rick dead in the eyes. "You saw a black man and assumed I didn't belong here. That's all this is." The cops apologized and stepped away, but Marcus wasn't done. He picked up his phone, pressed record, and turned the camera on Rick. "This man called the police on me while I was trying to buy a car. No reason, no warning, just fear and bias." Rick panicked. "Sir, let's not make this a scene." Marcus kept his voice steady. "Oh, this is the scene. And now it's going viral." Within hours, the video hit the internet. It exploded. People were outraged. The dealership's social media accounts were flooded. News stations called. By the next morning, Rick was out of a job, and the company's CEO issued a public apology. Marcus? He got the car, plus a personal call from the owner offering a full refund and an extended warranty. He kept the car anyway, but the message was loud and clear. Next time, check your bias before checking someone's wallet.